What's up, everybody? It's Spencer here at Stone Strength. I have A-Day strength for August. So, starting out with our A-Day, we are keeping things pretty similar yet again. For A-Day 1, or A1, we're just sticking with that sumo deadlift. Again, taking those feet wide, flaring those toes out. That grip can either be switch or neutral, but we want to keep the arms inside the legs. We're not going super wide with that. And pull tension into that bar. Stand it up. 5 sets of 3. Then moving into A2, we have ourselves a French press. So this is going to be a tricep extension exercise. And we're using both our hands. So, start out light as always, get a feel for the movement first, see if it works well on the shoulders, but we can definitely start to ramp up the intensity on this as we get comfortable with it. But essentially what we're gonna do is we're gonna get one end of the dumbbell and we're trying to make a nice little, almost like a triangle setup so that we're really having a good positioning on this. So I get that dumbbell into the webbing of my thumb there, and then I just come around. And then you just take it up overhead. Bend at the elbows, extend overhead. Making sure that we're not flaring through that back. So make sure that if you are going a little bit heavier, you really got to engage that core so that you own this position. The dumbbell does not own you. So just pressing overhead. That will be A2. And then we move over to our B station. So moving into B station, we have a new variable for our bench press. We are looking for a neutral grip press. So we got our fancy Titan bar here with a whole bunch of different options for you. We're really only interested in the parallel grips. So I'm gonna get into position, don't bonk your head. And we're going for this second set of handles. We have this angled one, then we have our first set of parallels. As always, you set up just like you normally would. Find your footing, find your shoulder pack to the bench, wheel and rack. We pull and push. Keeping elbows nice and tight to the body. Just let that bar inform your movement. Oh, lost my hat. But we are going for 3 sets of 10 with that. Then we move over to our rings where we have a twisting ring row. This is kind of my preferred method for these rows. We start out palms facing down. As we drive up, we rotate up. These are a little bit high for me at the moment, but you should be familiar with ring rows. We're just adding that twist, getting a little bit more forearm, more grip, more bicep. Then for B3, we have a lovely goblet squat hold. So you can either work with a dumbbell, a kettlebell. I always like working with a kettlebell with this. We can either go normal side, or you can take it upside down, whichever's most comfortable for you. I kind of like getting underneath that handle so I have a really good grip. And we're just taking it in, and we're just holding that squat for time. Making sure that we're not passively hanging out in the bottom position here. I want to see actively holding your core, isometrically working those hip flexors, building strong hips. That is your B3. Let's take it on over down to the end here, where we move into C station, where again, we have those seal walks. If you think you're getting away from them by doing strength, sorry, you got to do them anyway. So again, those seal walks, one coaster, getting the feet dead center, and just going for that walk. You'll kind of see my legs kind of swivel out from left to right. You got to keep that nice and strong, mobilizing the core. Then we move into C2, which is a single leg press. Pretty self-explanatory. We get into our leg press machine. I think this is probably, I haven't tested this, so I'm not going to go for it. But we're just going down to one leg, fully extend, fully extend. We have 3 sets of 5 per leg, and we're working them both within the same round. So 5 on one, lock it up, switch legs, 5 on the other. And then finally, we have a lovely med ball toss, which we are going for another 3 sets of 5 per round. If you guys take my boot camp, this should not be anything too new. I like to throw these at you a lot. But we're just going for a rotational hip toss. We get in, we sink into that back hip, and we rotate. I want you to think start, pivot, boom, extend. We're really working that internal rotation, and then we're also working on being explosive. 5 per side, both sides per round. And that is your A-Day strength.